Hello, everyone. This is Jen. I hope everybody's good. Thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new. I'm here with an energy update. Quick one. I'm not going to talk too much about the twin flame in this energy update. Um, we have an upcoming full moon this week on October 24th. And on that same day, it is the Oneness Day. In the box below, I'm going to put a link to a Oneness Day Summit conference with very, very interesting people. It's free if you want to register and take a look at it. And there's the playbacks are accessible if you're not able to attend that day. And it would be wonderful if everyone on earth could just set an intention of bringing that energy up front, the oneness energy, and realizing how our actions affect others, either in a positive or negative way. And we, at every moment of the day, we're called to make choices that will not only affect our lives, but other people's lives. And sometimes it's not even people that we know. It's someone else around the world or the neighbor down the street that we don't know, that we haven't met yet. So that's why it's important to be aware of our own actions, of our own behaviors, and to be aware of the intent and the energy behind those actions. If the intent is good, while you're creating good karma for yourself. If the intent is bad, you're creating bad karma that you will have to clear at one time or another. And what you try to run away from will follow you. And lately, this week or in the past 2-3 weeks, perhaps you have felt like you needed some closure regarding some situations, and you might have felt guided to take some physical actions towards getting that closure. And it is absolutely normal. This full moon on October 24th is going to come and support that. Those who have been resisting into helping you get that closure, whether it's a karmic partner or just someone with whom you've had a situation that is unresolved, if they haven't been collaborating with you, they will. Somehow. Sometimes it doesn't show up the way we expected it, but it does show up down the road. What's important is for you to take those actions and to follow your heart and to follow what's in your heart. If you feel that you need healing towards those situations, go ahead and make the first contact, the first communication, make the first step towards engaging with that person or that situation. And of course, forgiveness is a big part of this. If you start with the intent of getting closure and you have forgiven that person, you're going to get it. If you haven't, it's just going to create more chaos. And mind you, we've been in chaos a lot lately. It was another week of just being chaotic all over. Again, with the weather, the weather pattern has just been crazy here for us in Canada. A lot of wind. And I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she was saying, it's a wind of change. And she's absolutely right. It's a wind to take off all the old dirt that is present in people's lives and to make them realize, make them aware of their own behaviors in order for them to change that, in order for them to walk towards what's intended for them, what is divinely intended for them. And that affects the divine masculine. If you're in the twin flame connection and you're not speaking with your twin, this past week and this coming week and the next one, they're going to be guided to cut things off with their karmic partners or situation or business partner. Some of them have already taken that step, but are still dealing with a nasty situation regarding that person. They see it very clearly how controlling that person is and how they have let themselves be controlled, be stepped all over. And that can be hard to realize. We may feel guilty. So if you have felt guilt in the past week, that's what it was. You were picking up on the collective mainly and on your twin flame. Anger is still a big subject for the coming couple weeks. It's going to start to slow down after this full moon, but this full moon is going to be intense. So if you have business meetings or um, be aware that on that day, on that same day, October 24th, most probably you won't sleep because it's going to be very, very intense, extremely intense, and it's much needed at this time. And I'm sure everyone is going to agree on that. For those of us who have been doing the healing and the work, we're ready to move forward. We're ready to take on whatever is coming next, helping more people, connecting with more awakened people. And if you're in a twin flame connection, you may be feeling like the collective is holding you down. And that's normal at this point. And they're being supported into waking up even further or deeper into their own truth. And in regards to that karmic partner, they see it and they know where they want to go with you. They know. It's just that physically we are not there yet. It's coming. Just like any manifestation, it has to start somewhere on a spiritual level. It makes its way down to the heart, to the mind, and then to the physical. And we are almost there. What I'm seeing is that 70%. So 70% of this is completed, which is great news because more than half. So it's pretty hard to go back, or it's pretty hard to resist or to be held back at this point. 70% is completed. So it's going well. Keep sending them love. Keep meditating for them so that they get their guidance and the right intent for themselves and their lives. They know that they're unhappy where they are. They know even though they don't show it, even though they don't say it. A lot of people are like that. They just don't show emotions. They don't know how. But it doesn't mean that they don't have them. There was also a lot of anger towards those situations that needed to be solved. A lot of people, not necessarily twin flames or divine masculine, but just people, were guided to their awakening. They had received a lot of hints and helped in a gentle way, those gentle nudges for a very long time, as if their phone was ringing, but they never picked it up. Now they have no choice but to pick it up. And that's probably why you were feeling anger also, because you were feeling their anger, their being all mixed up and not understanding what is going on. So if you feel like you're being pulled in all different directions, that's what it is. It's the collective. So your job at this point is really to stay grounded and to stay as centered as possible, not only to help these people, but because if you go in all kinds of different directions, it's not going to work out. Just follow your own path. Do what you are guided to do. Do what you have in your heart. Follow your heart. Your heart knows where you need to go. And you may have or feel called to do things that seems strange. That's okay. It's part of these people's awakening. It's part of your own healing, and these steps must be taken. If you have taken those steps and tried to reach out to people to solve some situation, at this point you may be feeling their anger. They are called to deal with their own actions from the past. They are called to see or to use the mirror effect and see and realize that they were projecting perhaps on you or on the situation itself. In my case, I'm dealing with a few situations like that with a few people that were totally sleeping, and they were doing a lot of projection on me. And at the time, it was those gentle nudges that they were receiving. But at this point, they are called to realize how they projected their own lack and their own weaknesses on me, and to realize that I was doing everything I can in those situations, and that it wasn't my fault if the results were not there as per their expectation. And they realize that they are part of it, and they feel guilty in regards to not achieving those results. And in my case, it applies into personal situation, but it could apply into a business or any other kind of situation. It doesn't matter. They now realize that they were part of the lack of results, and they feel guilty for not seeing this. They feel guilty for not hearing those nudges, for not listening to you when you are trying to explain things to them so that they could see things differently, perhaps. So we call this quantum entanglement. And at this point, your job is to support these people and send them love, for them to find their guidance and their path and their truth, and for them to come into their own truth. That's the problem. They weren't in their truth. It's as if they had a veil over themselves, glasses that were keeping them from seeing the deepness or the deeper layers of these situations, no matter what it is. I'm feeling that a lot of you that are listening right now are thinking about situations where people have done them wrong. And that's exactly what I'm referring to. The justice is being served. The truth is coming out. Like I was saying in my last video, the truth is coming out. But of course, it cannot come out all at once. That would be too traumatic. That would be too chaotic. So it's one by one. And what's important is just to do it in love, out of love, in an unconditional love vibration, in order for these people to wake up and to realize and to just come up to a different level of their awakening. Everybody on earth, everybody who's breathing right now is called to be awakened. And it is happening. You are part of this. I am part of this. Everybody's part of this. If you've been on this path for quite a while and you're used to it and you've done your healing, it's now your turn to serve and to help these people, to show them the way, to act as leaders and lead by example. Embody the change that you want to see in the world. That's the only way that things will change. That's the only way to inspire people. Sometimes we may need to be a little bit more direct with some people, and that's fine. But once that's done, you drop your bomb, and then it's a good idea to just step back a little bit and allow those energies to work through them and allow their spiritual teams to work with them. And trust me, they have worked with them a lot in the past week during their sleep. And this weather that we've had is the proof that a lot of things are happening. You may feel, though, as if nothing is happening, but trust that it is. It's on a higher spiritual layer or level, and it is working its way down. But sometimes when we go through these phases, it does feel like our lives is boring. Like our lives are just, nothing is moving, or it's slower than the turtle. And it's asking a lot of patience. It's asking of us to be still. And this is a hard part. So my best advice, if that's how you're feeling, meditate more. center yourself, keep the focus on you and on your life and on what you want to do without giving too much of your energy to these people. Just focus on you. It's by being and embodying the love and embodying the change that you want to see in others that they're going to be inspired. And do not worry if it seems to be too chaotic. We're all supported. And everything is going to be fine. It's going to work out fine. We need to see this as a wonderful opportunity to hit the reset button and to clear the air, to do deep cleansing in regards to the people in our lives, and to just keep the agreements up to date kind of thing. Make sure that everything is satisfying for all parties involved. And sometimes it has to go through some chaotic things before the calm. And this full moon on October 24th is going to help and support that. It's going to bring, first of all, cleanse away and take away old energies of related to the ego, of being stuck in wrongful patterns. And it's going to bring new energies of divine alignment, of seeing more clearly, of being more connected to our hearts and ourselves. Even for those who are resisting, especially for those who are resisting, it's impossible at this point to resist. For those who choose that path, they are being sent so much problems and blockages and ordeals and obstacles for them to realize that they are on the wrong path. So, if you are dealing with someone who's resisting, the best thing to do again is to meditate. At this point, everyone needs to meditate, because when we meditate, this is where we receive the information. This is when we calm our system down to be able to see clearly and receive information. Meditation doesn't come easy to some people. It's hard to sit there and do nothing and not move. And it's okay to move. It's absolutely okay. You can use the hand mudras. Research it if you don't know what that is. The mudras, and some are like dynamic sequences of mudras that you can do, that it's going to help your nervous system calm down and prepare to receive information. Those vibrations, they will reach us no matter what. If it's not in our sleep, it's going to be during our waking hours or in meditation. To help manage that, meditation is the best, is the best tool. Otherwise, we don't sleep at night, and sleeping has been hard lately. This week, I mean, it's been crazy. At night, the human resonance, they peak, and we feel that. There was one night this week, I still don't know what happened, if I was dreaming or if it was real. It felt like a mini earthquake on Monday night. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, everything's shaking. And I don't know if I was dreaming or if it was a mini earthquake, or if it was just my neighbor doing a laundry cycle and his machine being on the spin cycle and making everything shake. And I'm like, when I think about that, I'm like, it never happens. So that's impossible. And why would he be doing laundry at 12 or 1 in the morning? But that's still a possibility. So I'm not disregarding it totally. But everything was shaking, and I still don't know what happened. I was like, okay, is that an earthquake, or is that just the human resonances peaking so high that I am seeing that everything's shaking? And then on that day, on Tuesday, everything felt different. even the people, and you might have felt that, and you may start feeling it. You may start seeing that the people that are present in your life, you see them differently. For those of them who are sensitive, they may ask you, what's up with you? You seem different. It's related to the current energies and what we've been receiving. And if you are receiving it, your twin is receiving it as well. They may just show it differently or try to not show it at all, but it's impossible to hide it all. So no worries. The divine masculine is very different at this point, is seeing things very differently. I said that in many videos and I keep on saying it. When they look at the past, especially with situations related to you, they see it differently. Their ways of being stuck or stubborn are gone. They are able to see the situation and see it for how it really was or how it really went down. And some of them have felt a lot of guilt associated with that, but that's gone. A lot of anger, a lot of hurt, that's gone. They're now at the point where, okay, what do I do next? How do I fix this? A lot of them have the intent of changing their lives, and that starts by taking away their karmic situations. A lot of them are not even into a karmic relationship, but some of them are stuck in a situation where kids are involved or a business is involved or a house, material stuff are involved, and they know that it's time to cut the cords and just move on to the next step, the next level. Even if kids are involved. At first, they were kind of stuck in the fear, saying, I don't want to do this to my kids, but what about my kids? And now they're like, okay, this is over. This is done. This is not working out. This person is trying to control me, and it's not doing any good for the kids, nor myself, nor anybody else around. They know this. And they are thinking, and they are trying to set this in motion. So keep being patient. Things are happening, and you're going to soon see physical results. You're going to see it in your life. You're going to feel different. You're going to feel lighter. And when you think about your twin, you're going to see that vibration will be completely different. So I've talked about the full moon. I've talked about the Global Oneness Day on the same day, October 24th. I've talked about the current energy. And whatever is coming aside from what I said in this video, it's hard to see. At this point, it's kind of like in progress and changing. So it's still a little bit of mystery to what's ahead. We just need to focus on the fact that things are moving forward no matter what. No matter how you feel right now, things are moving forward. So just focus on doing the right thing. Meditation. It is extremely important for people to meditate because we are having a lot of new energies coming in, a lot of influx of energy. And to make this transition smooth, meditation is the best tool. And plus, you get so many benefits from meditation. Even if it's just 5 minutes, it's good enough. That is it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so using my Facebook page on Indigo Girls Readings or using my email at indigogirl555@gmail.com. Thank you.